Okay, now we're on to the next part, which is we're going to add sound effects. Now, I already did that. I am very lucky in that I have a large collection of stock sound effects that I was gifted by a very close friend to me as a graduation present in college. That means I have things like door, ooh, or bone break. Ah, exciting. I've also picked up a few things myself online, like this. It sounds kind of like a spell. Push spell. Ooh, I get a lot of work. I get a lot of use out of that one when you're making a fantasy audio drama. And we're going to use, again, we're using our SFX track names. But as is wont to happen, we have now moved into 5 and 6 as well. So we could actually have an SFX 3 and 4. That's why I usually don't bother doing this. This is a good tool to use if you are collaborating with someone else or if you're trying to show off how professional you are, for example. Um, I work on this totally myself. I'm the sole editor of the show, so I usually don't bother naming my tracks. But that's just me. You do it your way. I do it my way. Anyway, this episode actually doesn't have a lot of sound effects. There's no combat or fighting in it. Usually I'll have all sorts of sword noises, I'll have more spell noises, I'll have more attacks. We'll just show you an example of what some sound effects sound like together. In this case, we have a couple of characters fighting over a wooden staff, and the staff breaks and opens up, and ghosts come
Poke
out
and
of
or
it.
swing with it. Gimme!
No! Mine, mine,
Gimme!
mine, mine,
Gimme,
mine,
gimme,
mine,
gimme,
mine! Ghosts! Run away!
So there you go. That's probably the most intricate I think we get in this episode. And, sometimes you just reuse the gas stove grill sound for your own ways. Our wooden crate is ripped open. On its own, this sounds kind of weird. Not really a staff breaking. But because this is a magical staff, we added our push spell sound effect. And because ghosts come wisping out of it, we added our gas stove. I think it sounds okay. I'm actually kind of annoyed. That sounds abrupt. I'm not happy with that.
Mine!
Yeah, oh well. That's the other thing. When you do something for free on volunteer, you want to sound it as good as it can be. But you also got to realize you're putting a lot of work into it. And so at some point you kind of just go, okay, I'm done. Yeah, that's a thing that now looking back really annoys me, but it is what it is. I think the episode came out pretty great on the whole, and I think this aspect, let's hear it again.
Mine! Ghosts! Run away!
I think that came out okay. And then they run away because they're scared and they're kids. But that's the point I'm trying to make being is sound effects come second. Don't put ambience in now, because if we put ambience in beforehand, then we add sound effects, we're going to have to move everything around, including our very large ambience tracks. The other thing to keep in mind is that our sound effects kind of inform pacing in a lot of ways. You kind of want to estimate where your sound effects go and how long they'll take when you piece it together, but you're probably going to have to move things around afterwards as well.